Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl AC, and today, first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming back to watch this video, for supporting me. Literally, I wouldn't have been able to do everything without you guys. So I wouldn't have been able to do everything without you guys. So again, thank you for all your support. And please, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and I really appreciate it. So ladies and gentlemen, today I am gonna be sharing with you my giving birth story. Yes, I am a mommy of one daughter. She just turned 3 years, and no, I don't want more kids. So the reason I decided to do this video, first of all, is because from my family, from my friends, so many people are always like, even people I don't know, we're just talking about kids, you know, how many kids do you have? Do you want more kids in the future? And in your family, are you, some people always come back to this question. And
But AC, how many are you in your family? And I'm always like, it's just me. I am an only child. And some will be like, okay, I get it. But then some will be like, but AC, don't you think your kid will be lonely? I'm like, no, I was not lonely. I turned out good.
in all honesty though, probably if I tell you guys my giving birth story, some of you can understand me more, can understand where I'm coming from when I say like, I'm done, no more kids, thank you God for that one daughter, I'm so grateful. But then I'm not like throwing away the whole idea. Probably later on in life I might want one extra kid, like later on in life, you know. It is just a thought. It's not like, it's not a decision. It's not like how I knew I wanted to have a kid, you know, a kid. So probably in the future that idea will grow into me, but for now we are till fresh. Yeah, fresh. I am satisfied with one baby. But anyway, let me start from the beginning. When I got pregnant, I was given a delivery date of 10th October. Yeah. But I ended up giving birth on the 23rd October, the same month. Yeah. And thank God, I really thank God, because I gave birth naturally. It was a long 24 hours, but luckily I gave birth naturally. I thank God for that. Let me tell you guys, the whole of my pregnancy, I watched a lot of videos. I was binge watching giving birth stories, researching, seeing what can go wrong, what I'm supposed to do, everything. I was really active in learning everything about pregnancy and giving birth, but not so much about giving birth. I was researching about kids and everything, like when they are in their first month, their second month, their first year, you see, and like things I need to buy. Yeah. Luckily, when I got pregnant, most of my friends had already had babies, so I had people to call and ask, you know. But then you don't really want to ask each and everything. You want to find, I'm that person who wants to find things out on their own. I want to do research on my own. I want to find findings on my own. I want to get conclusions on my own. Yes, I'm gonna listen to people, like what advices, yeah, you know, I'll listen to advices, but then I choose what to take and what not to, you know. Because most of the time people are like, yes, you know, when you give birth you need to like breastfeed, you need to do what but honestly it's all about you. It all comes back to you. It all depends on you as a person. Anyway, really going off topic here. So the last 24 hours to giving birth, that's when I actually made the decision of not having more kids. This is why. So 3 days before giving birth, I actually thought it was the due date, because I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep at night. I was just having all these feelings, you know. I had read a lot. And I think, guys, if you're pregnant, or if you're pregnant, or if you're planning to get pregnant, don't read a lot. Don't read a lot, because all these articles have different findings, you know. You don't find something concrete. Yeah, you find this here, then you read another article, it changes. So the last 48 hours I was kind of confused, you know. I didn't know what to expect. And listen, one thing about me, I love order. I love to know things and like to know when things are happening, what is going to happen, where is the procedure, when is it going to happen, how long is it going to take. I don't like surprises, especially in things, in like big events. I don't want surprises. No. No surprises when big events. No. I didn't really know contractions that well. Yes, I knew how you're supposed to feel when you have contractions, but I wasn't so sure. So the beginning, like, okay, let's say that 3 days before, I thought I was actually giving birth, literally. So I called my yomo. My yomo is a midwife, because in Denmark, when you're about to give birth, you don't go to your doctor anymore. You get transferred to doula, like the midwives, yeah, the people who will actually be with you when you're giving birth, yeah. So I called my doula, my midwife, and was like, no, I called the clinic, yeah, and I told them that I think I'm giving birth. Literally, I was like, I think I'm giving birth. Okay, so she told me, okay, just do this. Come tomorrow. That was at night. My anxieties were always so high at night. Like the last 5 days, I was just anxious at night. I just thought, what if, like, what if I give birth at night? Like, and then something that was worrying me, if I got if I went on labor at night, I would not be able to have my dad with me. So that was not gonna happen. Me going to labor, I had to call my dad. My dad had to know what's happening, because I just needed, you know, you need a parent at that time. Like, that's the one time you literally cry out for your parent. Literally, like, I want my dad. I want my dad. I want my dad. You know, like, at that time, I literally just needed him. So I called my midwife, and she was like, okay, do this, come tomorrow morning, then I can check how much you're dilated. You know, they just ask you, like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling pain? Why are you feeling pain? Are you having contractions? How long are your contractions? But literally, even at that time, I hadn't the contractions hadn't even happened yet. So I went and made an appointment, and then I made an appointment, and then we went to the midwife, and I was just only 1 centimeter dilated. I was literally not even dilated, you know. So we had to go back home and wait. So the next day, that's when, like, I knew I was giving birth now. Like, that's 1 day before giving birth, I knew I was giving birth. So I actually called the hospital. I didn't even call the midwife. The midwife had already told me that if you feel like this, you can call the hospital. So I already had the numbers to contact. So I called the hospital, and I'm like, I remember it was at around 1 or 12 at night. So I called them, like, I was even crying. Oh my god, I was an emotional wreck. Like, for real. So I called the what is it called? Yeah, I called the outdealing. Oh my god, I called the hey, what is this section where you go to give birth now? The labor section, yeah, in hospital, that labor section. So I called them, and I was like, yeah, my name is this and this. So what the first thing you have to do, you have to give your social security number. So I did, and then I explained to her how I'm feeling. She was like, okay, just come to hospital in the next 45 minutes. So everybody I'm calling, you know, that I'm in labor. I'm thinking I'm giving, this baby is coming. What happens, you know? And then I'd read all these stories, like, people suddenly give birth in their bathrooms, suddenly give birth they give birth in their houses. Oh my god, that was freaking me out. I just had too much. I had googled too much. Everything was just overwhelming. So every contraction, I'm like, oh my god, it might be now. Oh my god, I'm gonna give birth in the house. I'm gonna give birth. Yo, listen, it was not funny. It was not funny. It was not funny. So we went after 45 minutes to the hospital, and then I was only 2 centimeters. Literally, this dilation takes a long time. It takes, and then I called my friend, and she was like, "I probably it's because you're short." I know what you're thinking. That's what I thought too. I'm like, okay, so because I'm short, I'm dilating slow. Oh my god, let me tell you guys, people have theories. So many people have different theories about births. Like, just don't listen, just go with the flow. Just that's one thing I wish I knew before. Like, don't ask too many people, and don't research too much. Don't overdo everything. Like, take it easy. Anyway, so we had to come back home. We came back home, and literally the next day, the last day to giving birth, I was just having contractions the whole day. So I remember, I think my contractions started 4 days before giving birth, actually. Yeah, they started 4 days before giving birth, because I had a whole other day where I just kept on calling the hospital and explaining how I'm feeling. So they still thought I was not ready to give birth. So they were like, okay, when you feel like contractions are close, like 4 seconds or 4 minutes, 4 minutes apart or something like that. Sorry, I can't really remember. Then you call us then. So all these times I keep on, but thank God they were kind of patient with me, because oh my god, the many times I called, so many times I literally kept on calling. Anyway, so all this time I'm calling, I'm researching still, like how am I supposed to feel, like what is the exact feeling, like how is that contraction that makes you feel like you wanna poop. You, what is that contraction that makes you know that this is it, like this is it? Because I thought I was already, like, I really thought I was giving birth, because the pain was intense, and I'm calling people, I'm asking them, okay, what exactly am I supposed to feel? And what they're telling me I'm supposed to feel, I feel like that's what I'm feeling. But when I call the hospital, they're like, no, you have to wait a bit longer. You're not ready yet. Just wait. Oh my god, let me tell you. It was just like, it was a lot, honestly, it was a lot. So I was patient. I waited until probably at around 7. Then I called them. And I was like, I know, literally all this time I keep on also calling my dad and telling him how I'm feeling. My dad also, he got worried. He's like, please just listen to the doctor. They're the professionals. Just try to listen to them. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. So also hearing that from my dad was also really, it was like, okay, you're becoming a mom, but you're still somebody's child, so that was really that's why I don't really think I could do it again without him here, like that's something I would, because honestly in your head you're only thinking about who cares more, like who is that one person who will actually understand what it is you're going through, like. And he seemed to understand more than anybody else, even more than but yeah, that's your parents, that's what they do. So anyway, I called my dad and I told him how I'm feeling, and then I called the hospital. The hospital told me, okay, now you can come, now come, you guys come, we'll check you. So I took my bags, my hospital bags and everything we had packed, and we went. Literally the whole ride, I could not sit down. I literally could not sit on the seat. I was like, couldn't sit down because I felt like the baby was coming. And then now, that time I had just watched a video of a woman who gave birth in the car when they were driving to the hospital. So my head was just fucked up. Literally. So I was just thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna be that woman. This is gonna be the second time this is gonna happen to me too. I'm gonna have the same story. So luckily We went up to the hospital, we went inside, and they walked from the door to the labor rooms. They walked from the door, from the main entrance to the giving birth department, because it's a whole other department. Hey, the pain I was in, it was just something else. I don't know why, I don't know. Yeah, it was just something else. I could not walk properly. I was just, my goodness, I was just, there's all types of, oh my God. And then the fear of the unknown, what's gonna happen? I wish my family was here, listen, it was just something else. It was just an experience, an unexpected experience, because I went up to the wards, I got admitted, I got a bed, and then I went to the observation room where they're supposed to come and see how you're doing and do the EKG and everything. So they checked, and listen, the most invasive checkup is when you're giving birth. It's so invasive. And for me, there were also students. So when she's checking me, she's like, okay, we have students here, really very professional, we have students here and they're learning. Would you please, is it okay if they come? So yeah, I was like, yeah, I just wanted everything to go, so I'm just like, yeah. So they come, they check, another student comes, and I think they were being asked questions. I don't really even remember what was going on, but I know there were students and they were also checking me. So they checked me and they were like, okay, you are 4 centimeters dilated. I was like, oh my God, all this pain is 4 centimeters dilation? Do you want to tell me how 10 centimeters is supposed to feel like? I was just like, oh my God, I can't. So then I keep on calling my dad. I'm like, oh my God, Dad, this is it. I can't do this. They say I'm only 4 centimeters and I'm feeling like I'm dying. I had already come on a tour of the hospital and the wards to know where you're going to be giving birth. I wanted a water bath. I wanted there to be water. So I was shown where I'm gonna give birth, the tub, the bed where we're gonna rest with the baby when I'm done, our room, basically that. You take a tour of the hospitals to know what exactly you're going to expect on that day. So I knew I wanted a water bath. I knew I wanted to be in the, because they asked you what calms you down, and literally all through my pregnancy, when I'm in the shower, it was the best feeling ever, And also, like these 4 last days, I was always in the shower and I was feeling some type of way, and it was really so calming. So that was one of the recommendations I told my midwife. So yeah, so we went to our room. Everything was like we had seen it, and we settled in. So when we settled in, she came to, what they do, they prepare you to see the pains and everything. So everything was okay. Everything was okay. I was told just to wait. I was given an option of going home and waiting at home, or just waiting, because I was only 4 centimeters. But I was like, no, I'm not going home. I'm staying right here. I am staying right here. I am not going anywhere. I'm staying. And they were really understanding, because they were like, okay, it's your first child. Yeah, they can see your chart and everything. So yeah, so you can just stay. So that was really nice of them. So we stayed at the hospital all this time. I just want the warm water pillow. I'm getting the warm water pillow. A few hours later, I was dilated, and it was time to give birth. So I told my dad, what are you doing? And listen, guys, like that was at night. Yeah, I got admitted at night, like in the middle of the night. The next morning, like around 7, that's when we, like, now the real labor started. Yeah, and I really I didn't want to get an epidural at that time. I wanted to wait as long as I could to get an epidural, because you can only get it once. So I wanted to wait as much as I could. So the room got prepared, everything was ready, water was set, everything was ready. My dad was on call. So my dad was literally, he was a part of my giving birth, he was on the phone. And when I started pushing and everything, let me tell you guys, I got the epidural at 10 centimeters because I could, no, 9 centimeters, I think, at 9, because I could not push. I was just weak. I was literally so weak. And it reached a point, guys, I forgot English. Listen, I forgot English. I forgot Swahili. The only language I could communicate in was Kikuyu. So, me, I'm here talking my own things, talking with, and then I as dad was asked, can you understand what she's saying? What is she saying? Because I could not talk to them in any, I could not remember any language. It was just Kikuyu. It was the easiest for me. I could not even remember a word in English. So I was just talking in Kikuyu. I'm telling my dad, Gaya I'm literally complaining. Then I'm saying all the, like, matusi zote zilikuwa tu zinatoka. Wananiua. I was screaming. Kikuyu nilikuwa tu nabonga Kikuyu all nasema wase wananiua. Then they're scared. I think I was scaring them or something, because now we are like, there's a cultural shock here, because my reaction, I think, and me talking, my talking another language was just confusing to everyone in the room. And my dad is like, guys, uache kuongea hivyo, wewe acha kuongelesha hivyo. Unajua anaweza kasirika, unajua madaktari wanakasirikanga na wakijua kile unasema. So my dad was like, don't talk like that. What are you saying? They might know what you're saying. Kikuyu guy dametaka masaitani, dametaka maodo modhani. Everything, it was just like akuendangi hivi, manzi akuendangi hivi, zi mnafanya kitu mbaya, mtu afai kufeel hivi. So I was asked if I wanted the epidural, and I actually got the epidural. Finally I got the epidural. And no, I didn't get the epidural then. No, I got the epidural much later, like an hour to giving birth or something. Yeah, so this time we still is the period between 7 and 3, because I gave birth at 7 minutes past 3 p.m. So I never ever thought things like acupuncture could work for me, like acupuncture therapy, I never thought it could work. But then my doctor started like sticking these needles in me because I was just out of control, and she doesn't want me, and she keeps on telling me I'm using a lot of energy. I'm just Kikuyu, I'm just typical Kikuyu African woman, I'm just like off. So she did acupuncture therapy to me. So she was sticking needles on my face and then doing this motion, and every time she would do that, I would literally shut up. I don't know what it was, but I would just shut up. Like, I can feel the needles, I can feel her doing this motion, and then she'll be like 3, 2, 1, and then she does that, then I will calm down. The moment she stops doing that, off I go again. I swear, I was just stressing everybody, even my dad. Everybody was just getting stressed. Everybody was just like, my God, this girl. So later on, I got the epidural, which was really nice, and everything went smoothly after that. Everything was really good after that. But then, when I gave birth, when my baby came out, and she was handed to me, no, when she was almost out, the doctor asked me if I want to touch the head, and I did not want that. I don't know why, but I did not. I say no, I'll touch her when she comes out, because like to feel that she's actually coming out. When we're doing that, like 1, 2, 3 push. Like when you're in that process of pushing. So she was like, yeah, she's here, she's almost here, can you feel her head? You can reach out with your hand and you can reach out your hand and touch her head. I was no, I'll wait for her to be here. I'm gonna wait for her to be here. So we continued counting and pushing, and finally she came out. And let me tell you guys, when she came out, Yes, I was happy. Yes, I was excited. It was like, oh my god, happy birthday. Everything, it was amazing, an amazing feeling. But I hadn't actually looked at her. So when she came up to here, when she was brought here, and I looked at her exactly. Like I really focused on her and I was looking at her. Now, a sudden fear engulfed me. Like this fear, I started to have the talk. Oh my god, what have I done? Have I damaged her? What did I do? Listen, I have never seen a newborn before. Like I always go to people's houses like days after. No, but I don't know. No, I have seen a newborn before because of Mary's daughter. But I think I didn't hold up. I don't know. But it was like something new. So, okay, when she came in, I looked at her. I thought I had damaged her. So I'm like, oh my God, did I damage her? Oh my God, did I do something wrong? It's because she was like so small, and then her head had been, because of pushing, yeah? Her head was like an oval. It was like this. Like, your head is like this. It was like this. It was like long. It was like an oval. Listen, I had never seen something like that before. It was like an oval. It was like, so I'm like, oh my God, did I damage her? What happened? What happened? It was now I became hysterical again. I was like, what did I do? So she started explaining, no, listen, it's because of the process. The head will go back to normal. Everything will be okay. You just need to be massaging and everything. Oh my God. So I started now coming down and now focusing that actually my baby is here. So, oh my God, that was like another moment of shock and confusion. And I cannot even explain it, guys. It was just a lot. Like a lot had happened. It was just, oh my God, finally we settled. Like I pushed yeah, ndovu, jogu out. Then jogu, oh my God, I'm calling jogu. Yeah, I pushed and everything was okay. So I went to bed with my baby and everything was magical after that. Honestly, everything was magical. Everything has been magical. And yeah, I thank God for that. So the minute I called my dad to give him the news of Aya's arrival and that we are all okay, she's here, she's healthy, everything is okay, she's a perfect baby girl, my dad went around telling everybody. They literally had a party. He bought a mbuzi, he bought a goat, yeah. They had a party at home. Literally he was so happy. It's also his first grandchild, so he was so happy. I think he was more happy than I was. And literally he could not believe it. He couldn't believe that I actually gave birth. My dad was, he was so overjoyed. Which was like so, which is one of the things, like, like when you think about it, you're like, if I have to go through this, I don't really know if these answers the questions of why not, but probably it was a lot to do with psychological. It was a lot of psychology. It was a lot of psychological things I think I was unprepared for. I was prepared for it, but then at the same time I was not prepared for it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I was prepared. On one hand, I was really prepared for the whole process, but on the other hand, things did not go according to everything I had read. My experience was just my own experience. I could not find that anywhere else, So my expectations and the reality were just crashing. Everything was just crashing. So probably, but guys, I don't really like give these like, I haven't like said yeah now, no, like forever I want, but probably in some point I will, in some point in life, who knows, yeah. Let's we can't really say it. So if it happens, so thank God. So if it happens, amen. If it doesn't happen, amen. So yeah. So anyway, I want to give a shout out to my classmates, Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for watching my videos. You guys, my classmates just told me, like, so many of my classmates are like, oh my god, Essie, you do YouTube? Oh my goodness. I was kind of starting to feel, you know, yes, I do YouTube. But anyway, guys, I'm kidding. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I really, really, really appreciate that. Guys, thank you so much. Yes, that was it for today. But before I leave, guys, I want to tell you a little story. I want to tell you a story of a little girl who is called Aya. Not my Aya, not my daughter Aya, but a little girl who is 14 months old, and she's suffering from a rare genetic disease. It's a rare degenerative genetic disease called SMA, short for spinal muscular atrophy, which, if left untreated, it could lead to her untimely death. So each and every day that goes by, Aya loses a lot of muscles. She loses her muscles, and she has lost a lot of her motor skills. She cannot walk anymore. So the reason is why I'm telling you this story, to bring awareness to you guys, and I'll link her Instagram page on here down in the bio, so you can please visit. You get to learn more, you get to educate yourself, because there's so many people in this world who don't really know about this disease. I just came to know about it through her mother. So through learning about this disease, you can also support her. The little Aya is in need of a drug, a gene therapy drug that costs $2.1 million. It is literally the most expensive drug in the whole wide world. Literally, it's the most expensive drug in the world, and it's a one-time gene therapy. And she needs to take the drug before she turns 2 years old, which is very, very soon. So if she doesn't get this gene therapy, it could actually lead to an untimely death, which is very horrible. So, and we are very hopeful and we are very prayerful that it's not going to reach to that. So guys, please visit her Instagram, get to educate yourself, get to create awareness. You might actually help somebody in the future. You never know. And in case you can support in other ways like donation, please do. Any small amount counts. So yes, guys. So I really had to say that, because this story has really affected me a lot, and I think it has affected each and everybody who has heard about it. It was also on CNN and so many media platforms. So guys, if you are a YouTuber, you can post it on your community story to create awareness and let people know about this. Also, if you have a Facebook, you have an Instagram, please repost it. We're trying to reach as many people as possible before this little girl turns 2 years old. So thank you guys, and yeah, that was it for today, and until next time,